Which one of you would not like to become a magician? In order to change the color of hydrangeas to blue, you do not need to have a magic wand. You can just add aluminum sulfate to the soil next to the bush. A miraculous transformation will not happen immediately. It takes a while. In the meantime, you can drink something cool. By the way, the can you drink from is also made of aluminum. And it's not unusual. If the microelement is capable of such wonders with flowers, imagine what can happen to your body. Aluminum is the most common metal in the Earth's crust and almost infinite resource. The magic metal is able to bend like paper, conduct heat and electricity. In contrast to iron, it is light and resists corrosion. The method for extracting aluminum from alumina by using electrolysis was invented as an inexplicable coincidence. It was discovered in 1886, simultaneously by two scientists, Hall and Hérault, but in different countries. As history shows, they were even born and died in the same years. Mystic? Maybe. But since then, aluminum quickly entered all spheres of our life to embody our dreams. Thanks to it, we conquer heights by climbing onto glass skyscrapers with light and robust aluminum frames. The metal gives us power over electric currents. Finally, it lets us fly. A modern aircraft consists of 80% of light, strong, and flexible aluminum alloys. However, aluminum was not always so easy to get. The first products from aluminum were in the form of ornaments, medals with a bas-relief of Napoleon III. Until the 19th century, the metal cost like silver and was considered a scarce material. But how did it become an infinite resource? The fact is that aluminum, in its original form, is completely different from metal. It rather looks like clay. To get aluminum in its pure form, you need to release it from oxygen. Therefore, the extracted clay ore is ground into powder and mixed with alkali to obtain alumina. It is white sand, very hard, like sandpaper. To break the bond between the molecules of oxygen and aluminum, the alumina is placed in a furnace and heated to 950 degrees Celsius. Oxygen in the form of air bubbles rises. After that, the molten aluminum is pulled with a vacuum and poured into molds. Smartphones, tablets, laptops, all modern technology in the aluminum case looks stylish and reliable while being light and durable. And if you want, by combining aluminum with oxygen and nitrogen, you get armored glass. Aluminum cares about us, trying to be useful in all spheres of life. And in the meantime, it imperceptibly takes fee for its services. Producers of beverages massively and willingly switch to aluminum. 700,000 tons of aluminum a year goes just to the production of cans, and about the same are dumped to wait to decompose, which will happen no sooner than in a century. But this problem is not the only reverse side of the magic metal. A unique property of aluminum is the ability to react with other chemical elements. That is, metal particles are able to get into our body with drinks, food, drugs, and even antiperspirants, almost a quarter of which are aluminum salts. If the dose is too big, your body can encounter irreversible changes. The central nervous system is affected. memory deteriorates, nervousness and depression appear, and the incurable aluminum diseases of the 21st century, called Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, can develop. So, the magical metal provides us with airplanes and electrical wiring, household appliances, and in turn it takes our health? After this, you cannot help drawing a parallel and exposing mysticism of the 13th element in the table of chemical elements. But aluminum can be recycled to infinity while retaining all the unique properties. Moreover, the secondary use reduces energy consumption and carbon dioxide emissions. You can reduce the intake of metal in the body by abandoning the consumption of tap water, cooking food in foil and aluminum utensils, as well as eating foods high in colorings and preservatives, whose presence is indicated on the package. The unique, almost magical properties of aluminum being light, plastic, while strong and invulnerable, make it a significant acquisition of the 21st century. But like any metal, it has two sides. So you should not forget about security measures and use the magic of mystical metal only for the benefit of mankind.